Dobro Jutro, Divine Pisces, 222. It is Thursday, January 23rd, 2020. I'm doing an energy check-in for the Twin Flames today. Still not quite 100%. I don't know what this is, but it needs to go away. It's horrible. It's like this side of my face. It's just like, so gross. Okay. Yeah, so, alright, yeah, okay. So the first card out we've got is trust. So, yeah, I definitely feel this is coming in very strongly, mostly for Divine Feminine. A lot of Divine Feminines really are in that surrender stage. They're just trusting the fact that everything's going the way it should. That the answers are coming. That Source is basically leading you where you need to go. So, yes, a lot of Divine Feminines are here. They're just trusting the journey. They're trusting that everything's fine. They're just moving forward. They're trusting themselves. They're trusting their intuition, right? I feel like some Divine Masculines are starting to understand this. Some of them are still a little fearful of this, though. It's like they're just really afraid to release control. They're just absolutely terrified that they're just going to fall. They're just going to plummet. They're going to, plummet to their death, so to speak, right? And they haven't really quite grasped the concept yet that when the universe or source or spirit, whatever you want to call it, is pushing you towards something, it's not pushing you towards something for you to, there's no failure, but basically to fail. They're pushing you, and they're not going to let you fall. So a lot of Divine Masculines still not quite grasping that yet. I feel like they're trying to. It's like they're really, really trying to, but that ego is coming in, That ego's coming in and going, no, you can't leap yet, There's no trampoline there to catch you. There's no safety net, blah, blah, blah. Well, the safety net is Source itself. Okay, so if you leap, Source will catch you. Okay, so they'll get it eventually, guys. It probably took a while. I'm gonna say it took a while for Divine Feminine to get there too. Okay, and I'd say not all Divine Feminines are fully 100% there yet. Getting there, but not quite. Okay, so have patience, Divine Feminine. Divine Masculine is getting it. Yeah, they're gaining wisdom here again. I think this is probably, I don't know how many times this card has come up in the last couple of days. At least within the last week. This has probably come up in every single reading. And so it's just driving it home for me. Alright. Wisdom is coming in. A lot of realizations are coming in. A lot of knowledge is coming in. Downloads, that sort of thing. So, just make sure that you are grounded. Alright. I find this depiction very interesting. It's like you're on a boat in the middle of, it looks like clouds, right? And standing on a stack of books that looks incredibly unstable. But at the same time, it's like you're trusting that it's stable and you're reaching for your destiny here, right? So it's really kind of the same thing, all right? So taking the knowledge, keeping it, basically helping you stay focused and helping you to stay grounded in your truth so that you can reach for that wish fulfillment, whatever it is that you're reaching for. Alright, so a lot of wisdom coming in, and, a lot of Divine Masculines just feel very unstable on top of this pile of books here, okay? Some of them aren't even sure how they got up there, Some of them don't even have, they're not seeing the ladder. They're like, how did I get here? Right? Source, universe, pushed you there, okay? It's almost like some of them are just, they've checked out so much, they're going with the flow so much, they're on autopilot so much that they're just like, looking around like, I don't recognize anything around me. I don't recognize myself. What's happening? Right? Some of them are just here. Still. In the void. Feeling the void. Feeling devoid of, emotion and just happiness in general. A lot of them are just in this pit of despair right now. And see, that's where this is going to come in, okay? That's where this is going to come in. They're going to get to the point where they're just like, nope, done. Don't want to be here anymore. This is draining me, right? And they're going to be like, all right, all right, all right. Show me where you want me to go. I'm going to trust the path. I'm not going to fight it anymore. You know, that sort of thing. Some of them just haven't gotten there yet. Now, some of them are still like, you know, bring on the towers, don't like being here. They feel really alone and lost, a lot of them. Like, they really do. They feel like nobody understands them at all. And it's a very lonely place to be. Some of them feel like they don't understand themselves either, and that's an even lonelier place to be. Okay, so Divine Feminine, I feel if you're getting this, okay, if you're getting this from your counterpart, remember to turn it back positive, okay? But some Divine Feminines are also just in this energy in general. They're feeling, you know, just a little bit kind of like all this effort that they put in, and they feel like things aren't moving as quickly as they should. But remember to release expectations, Divine Feminine, because things are moving the way that they should. They are, okay? Things are blooming. You're gaining wisdom. You're gaining knowledge. You're stepping into your creative role, stepping into your mission, and things are blooming around you, literally. Like, you are blossoming. You are transforming. You're going through ascension, okay? Everything, you know, that you've been working towards is building. It's happening, okay? So try not to dwell on, quote unquote, the things that you don't have, okay? Remember, you want to have gratitude. Be grateful for the things that you've learned, okay? Because change is happening here. There's a lot of changes happening here. Collectively, absolutely. Within the twins themselves, there's a lot of change happening. It's just like I said, you know, Divine Masculine probably doesn't even recognize himself at this point. Okay, Divine Feminine, a lot of you don't either. Like, look at where you are now versus where you were last year. I know I'm a completely different person. I'm just like, yeah, I like this better. Right? I like this better. I feel so much better. I feel more at peace with myself. I feel more at home with myself. Like, I just, in general, like this time last year, I was in a really, really crappy place. Very, very crappy place. And, you know, I had just had my daughter. You know, there's some turbulence happening in my marriage, and I was just like, I don't feel good. I don't feel stable. I hate this, you know. And it's just like, you know, everything just kind of fell into place. And at the time, I felt everything collapsing. I felt everything just falling down around me. I felt like I was losing my mind. Like, things were just, it was, you know, it wasn't making sense to me. But then once everything started falling into place and things started clicking, and I stepped into mission, and I started seeing the growth of that, and it's skipping. Okay, now that skipping nonsense is over. Anyway, you know, once I started stepping into mission and seeing things kind of unfold and fall into place, you know, I just started feeling more and more like at peace and more at home within myself. And it's just amazing the transformation that happens. So, like, look at yourself now compared to where you were a year ago, and I guarantee you're going to feel like you're in a much better place now, okay? All right, so Divine Masculine, yes. Been at this crossroads for a hot minute. Knowing he wants to take a leap, knowing he wants to move forward with a decision here. Possibly having to do with a third-party situation. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't have to be a person. It can be an addiction. It can be a family. Like, you know, it can be a religion, job, whatever, okay? But knowing that there's this decision that needs to be made, and knowing that it's time to make that decision, okay? And so, basically, I feel at this point, a lot of Divine Masculines are strategizing. Some of them are overthinking, definitely. Some of them are really overthinking right now. It's like they've got this pattern. They're like, yeah, I want to move forward. But then they start going down this downward spiral. It's like the ego kicks in. It's like, well, if you do that, this is going to happen. All these things are going to be taken away. You're going to lose all of these things. You're going to disappoint people. You're going to hurt people. Blah, 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 blah. And it just, right? But I will say this. I feel like some Divine Masculines are recognizing this. They're recognizing when the ego's kicking in and starting to kind of make them doubt. And so I feel like what's happening is when they're recognizing that, they're actually putting it into it. Now, they may not be putting it into it correctly. It's like they put it into it just by stop. They just stop. They just stop. They don't tell the ego to shut up. They just stop. They just, nope, not going down this path. I'm not going down this rabbit hole, okay? But then they start thinking about it again, and then the ego kicks back in. And it goes, okay, so Divine Masculine, and I know there's some Divine Masculines that do watch my channel, okay? So Divine Masculine, if you start feeling that doubt come in, okay? If you're thinking about doing something, there's something you want to do, and you start thinking about it, and the ego kicks in, it's like, well, if you do that, right? Tell it to stop. Tell your ego to shut up. Just tell it to stop, okay? You can also acknowledge the ego and be like, okay, ego, I know what you're trying to tell me. And I am aware that these things could possibly happen. However, it is for my highest good at this point to make this decision, to move forward with this decision. Back off. Okay, so there's several different ways that you can address the ego that way, or you can address the ego that's doing that, okay? I just tell my ego, you know what, it's fine. You know, just whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You can just go away now. I'm good. You know, and it's gone, right? It'll help quell that anxiety too, okay? There's a lot of Divine Masculines who are in a lot of anxiety right now because of these decisions, okay? But yeah, a lot of them are just, this is where the anxiety is coming in. Here, it's the money, it's the finances, okay? They're going to lose everything. They're going to lose everything. And you know what? Some of them are resolved to this. Some of them are like, you know what? That's fine. I'm going to walk away with nothing. It's fine. This is not worth it to me. This is not worth it to me anymore. It's just not. It's not worth the anxiety. It's not worth the heartache. It's not worth the manipulation. It's not worth any of it. It's not worth it. Some Divine Masculines know they're going to end up with, quote unquote, nothing. But they're resolved to do it anyway. Okay, so, yeah, because they've, yeah, they don't want it anymore. They don't want the codependency anymore. They don't want the anxiety anymore. They don't want the fear anymore. They don't want the manipulation anymore. Okay? And so they're like, you know, I've got to stop this. I have to. I don't want to feel defeated anymore. I don't want to feel defeated anymore. And they're overcome. Look at this. 6 of Wands, 10 of Swords. They're overcoming. They're claiming victory over the defeat. Does that make sense? Okay? They're like, no. I will not feel defeated. I will not be defeated. I want victory. I want happiness. I want inner peace. I don't want to feel conflicted anymore. I don't want to feel triggered anymore. Now, some of them are triggered, but it's like a good trigger. It's like a trigger to move forward, okay? And Divine Feminine, again, so we've got the 3 of Wands, okay? And we got the 6 of Wands, so the 3 of Wands, okay? So Divine Feminine, you are mirroring right now, too, okay? There's a decision that you need to make as well, that you need to claim victory over, okay? A lot of Divine Masculines are triggered right now. Some of them are triggered because they're spying on you. Some of them are triggered into action because they're actually watching you and they're seeing what you're doing and they're like, okay, well, she can do it, I can do it, right? Now, some of them consciously may not be realizing that they're doing that, that they're actually following the example. They're just doing it because it's like, you know, their higher selves are like, okay, so you see what Divine Feminine is doing, right? You can do this too. You don't have to stay in this toxic environment. You can move forward in your own truth. Okay, I'm trying to talk to you here. Spirit team's trying to talk to you. Listen. Okay? So, yeah. Divine Masculine's like, nope, time to end the deception. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like living a lie. I don't feel like, Divine Masculine's like, I don't feel like I should walk on eggshells anymore. I don't want to walk on eggshells anymore. They keep getting stuck in my feet and they hurt. So Divine Masculine's like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. You know, taking that heartbreak and saying, you know what? No. We're leaving this behind. I'm moving forward with my decision. Source, tell me what to do. Okay? I want to get out of this situation. Whatever this is that's blocking him, he wants out. Okay? So yeah. Interesting energies for Divine Masculine the last couple of days, you know. It's like they're just, it's slowly making movement. That's Divine Masculine for you. A lot of them are slow. I mean, just is what it is. Alright, let's take a look at Divine Feminine. Alright. Now, okay, so Divine Feminine, like I said, you're mirroring, so there's something that's been in the works for a while for Divine Feminine, and it keeps coming up. It's something that Divine Feminine's ready to release, but she still, for some reason, is feeling trapped. Trapped inside her head about it. You know, you're probably going through that downward spiral too with your ego. Make it shut up, tell it to stop. It's bringing in anxiety, right? Divine Feminine's like, no, I have to stay here. No, I must, for this reason and whatnot. Stop, you know, and I need to follow my own advice here. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so Divine Feminine, where are you feeling stuck? Where do you need to release something so that you can move forward for your highest good? Okay, yeah, because there's something that you need to leave behind here that has to do with finances. There's something to do with codependency. Could be a job, family, a karmic partner, whatever. There's some codependency that you need to release here. And it's like Divine Feminine has made up her mind too. Divine Feminine has made up her mind that she doesn't want it anymore either, and she's ready to walk away. She's just waiting for the opportunity, right? Yeah. She's waiting for the opportunity to present itself so that she can move forward for her highest good and move forward for her wish fulfillment, okay? All right, so yeah, Divine Feminine, I do feel really holding on to this idea that she's manifesting here. She's just waiting for the opportunity to release it, right? Waiting for the opportunity to make that decision, waiting for the how to present itself so that she can move forward in her decision, right? So that she can put down the burdens and she can go, right? This path seems incredibly daunting, but she knows she can make it. Look at that, 3 of Wands right there, boom. 3 of Wands. I know it's the 10 of Wands, but you've got the 3 of Wands back here, so this is the decision. This is the crossroads right there. Okay? So Divine Feminine's like, yeah. Right? And Divine Feminine's like, yep, putting up my boundaries, right? Cutting away the things in my life that no longer serve me. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to be free. I want to be free. Like this little bird here. Right? Free bird! Okay, sorry. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Divine Feminine's also ready. I do feel a lot of Divine Feminines are like, yep, let's go. But they're still like, bring me the tower! Show me the tower! Alright, let's get some messages from the counterparts here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, some of you have actually released the connection in the 5D and the 3D, whatever. And that needed to happen, okay? It needed to trigger Divine Masculine. Some Divine Masculines are very angry that you've walked away, by the way. Okay. But it's a good thing. It's going to trigger them to move. Yep. Okay. Alright, messages and advice from Source. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So yeah, there's celebration coming. There's ending of third parties happening here, guys. I'm telling you, they're closing these cycles. These cycles no longer serve them. They've learned the lesson and they're ready to go. Okay. This could be masculine, feminine. Take it as it resonates, whoever your counterpart is, but also you. I do feel just in general, twins are ending karmic contracts that are over. Things that need to be cut away, they are being cut away, guys. Little bit by little bit, it's being chipped away, okay? Unconditional love, yep, that's the point, all right? And, you know, we're figuring this out. A lot of us have already figured this out, but we're still not 100% sure on what this means. But I do feel a lot of, especially Divine Masculines, are embracing themselves to this. And a lot of them don't really know what this means. They've never, like I said, I mean, like growing up, you're programmed to believe what that love is a certain thing, that you have to do something in order to, you know, get love from someone, and that's not true. That's the whole point of unconditional love, is that you love regardless, right? Ground chakra's opening up, guys. A lot of ascensions, a lot of awakenings happening right now. Try to balance that out if you can. Try to keep yourself grounded, because as that happens, it like makes you feel like you're kind of floating in a dream, and it's hard to keep yourself focused on the 3D stuff, which you do need to do, okay? A lot of masks coming off too, okay? A lot of, yeah, a lot, just in general, a lot of illusions being shattered right now. Okay, so be prepared for that, guys. I do feel a lot of truths coming forward, and you may hear them from your counterpart. You may hear them from someone else about your counterpart, okay? So just be prepared for that. All right, I do feel it might trigger some of you. All right. Okay, well, I hope this helped. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm trying to think. I know I was going to do this video on sexual energy, so, and I got some suggestions, but so if you guys could just let me know what you'd like to see with that specifically, so that I can make sure I address those things, okay? And I'll try to get that out Sunday if I can, Sunday or Monday. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.